IVM.
Hi, everybody. Just wanted to ask everyone for a quick favor. We're running a brand survey right now and would really appreciate it if you could let us know what you think about the advertising on IVM. Go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and do let us know. As part of this, we'll be selecting 10 random participants and sending them some IVM swag, so do fill out those surveys.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today with us in the hot seat, we have Priyutosh Ganguly. And he has a very interesting question. Hello, Ashdin Doc. I have been following you and your podcast for the last 4 to 6 months. And I absolutely love them since your podcasts offer me a fresh perspective, mindfulness, and are kind of a therapy for me. So flattery is going to get you everywhere, Priyutosh. Thank you. My question is, people often say that we should forgive and should not be resentful. This means that we should not forgive the person, but their acts, and don't let that judge our actions. But can you tell me how to practically do it? I often hear people saying and advising this, and I too practice this as I believe that whatever bad he or she has done, they might have had a reason for this. But this gets tough at times, especially when your world comes crashing, like betrayal in a relationship or wrongful acts by closed ones, etc. And at the same time, can you please tell me a practical approach to adopt, as at times like these, I do turn resentful and want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of the wrongful acts done by them. Would love if you could answer this query of mine. Lovely. So the first thing is you can't get rid of the wrongful acts that are done by them. Also, wrongful in whose books? There are many different kinds of forgiveness. And there are many different ways in which we need to approach forgiveness or the resent that we feel. So the first way of understanding forgiveness is the way that I call the way of the child. In all of us, there's a little child, a little baby that is constantly in a state of fear, in a state of worry. It is this child that is actually responsible for most of the bad decisions that we make, the decisions that hurt other people, the decisions that we wish people forgive us for. Because we also have tons of these kind of decisions. And what's interesting is that you can see this child in everyone. You can see this in your parents. You can see this in your lovers. You can see this in the prime ministers of countries. You can see them acting from this sense of this little child inside. Either sometimes it's throwing a tantrum. Sometimes it's scared and it wants affection. Whatever it's doing, it's coming from this little child. Now, very often, it's impossible for us to forgive an adult human being. Because as an adult, you think that they would know better, right? You think they would have some brains. Like, how can they even do something like this? Are they stupid? Are they idiots? And that's the kind of thought that goes through our mind. Because they should know better. They've had so many years of experience. More importantly, we've spent so much time with them. Like you said, our closed ones. We've spent so much time with them. We know them. They know us. And yet they do something like this. This is where we understand the child. Now, we understand the child in multiple ways. This child is looking for an excuse. Now, we have to learn to see this inner child. We have to look into the heart of the person and see this child. Because if we look at the man, if we look at the woman, there is no way that we can forgive them. But if we look at the child inside, then we can start the process of forgiving. Because imagine if a child came home and he broke one of your favorite crystal vases or your favorite trinket. You would be livid, but then you would forgive the child. It's okay. The child didn't know better. It's fine. No worries. But now imagine if an adult came and broke it. I will never forget. He has to pay me back. He has to do this. He has to do that. He has to do this. How could he have done this? How could he have done that? With a child, we forgive immediately. We let it go. It's like, okay, it's done. With an adult, we find it very hard. So I would suggest look for that inner child. And why is forgiving so important? Because if we don't forgive the person, all we're doing is we're creating a toxin in ourselves. We're creating a buildup in ourselves that is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So as a result, what you have to do is it's better to just forgive and let go of this instead of holding on to it. Imagine like you're holding on to a manja. You know what manja is, right? Those ropes, those strings that are made for kite flying, which is a rope with glass shards on it. The tighter you hold it, the more you're going to damage yourself. The same way, we hold on to this so much, and the only person that's getting damaged is us. That person has long gone from our life, has been forgotten, but we still hold on to this. So, learning how to forgive the inner child is something that is a very successful tool that I use and I've used with my clients. Another tool is understanding that very often when somebody betrays us, it is not a betrayal towards us, but it is our ego that is making the betrayal towards us. This is especially important when it comes to, relationships and adultery and, people being unfaithful in relationships. Very often we believe that the person has done this to hurt us in particular. I had someone come to me saying that, my husband cheated on me and I can't believe that he did this to me. I've done everything for him and he still did this to me. He wanted to hurt me. He did this because he knew it's going to hurt me so much, especially with this person and that person and that. And she went on and on and on and on. And after she had finished, I stopped and I paused and I told her that you realize that your husband did not do this to you. You were not the intended target at all. Your husband did what he did. It was wrong for sure because you had made a commitment. But he did it not with the intention of hurting you. You have made it about an intention that you were hurt or you were the target in this. There was no target. Chances are when he was having that affair, when he was with that other person, you weren't even a consideration at that point of time. You weren't a thought. And we have then ended up making this about us. Now, this is a humbling experience to go through. And this is something that will lead to a lot of debate. And that is fine. Open your mind to a different way of thinking. Because we need to understand that very often we need to learn how to forgive people and not make things about us. In this world, we make so much about us. Everything's towards us. Everything's against us. How dare they do this? How dare they do that? We get enraged about so many things. Forgiveness is about understanding that let them be what they want to do. It is their path in life that they have chosen. It is their burden to bear. What we have to do is we have to relieve our burden. And one of the things that we do to relieve our burden is learn how to forgive. If there's no other skill in life, learning how to forgive, I believe, is next to godliness. Because we realize that, when we think about God and God, please forgive me, etc., what kind of grudge does he have to hold on to you? Of course, he's going to forgive you. The same way you have to learn to rise above everything else and forgive. People will cheat you out of your money. Learn from it, but forgive and let go. People will do horrible, unspeakable things to you. I know about people who've been raped by their family members. I know about people who've been raped by their fathers. It is a scary world out there. Some people hold on to it for the rest of their life saying that I will never forgive, I will never forgive, I will never forgive. Guess what? You're hurting yourself in this process. Go to the right therapy. Go to ways in which you can process this information. Allow it to let go of your being, because it's creating who you are. It is creating your life. That person's gone from your life, but still you're holding on to it. Completely useless. Learning how to forgive is one of the most powerful forces that you can find. Now, I don't believe that you will forgive the person in the first 30 seconds of something bad happening. I don't believe that you'll forgive the person in the first 2 days of something bad happening. But holding around for 2 years, 6 months, that is silly. Learn, these people cannot be trusted, let them go. What typically happens is that we get hurt by people, we don't forgive them, and as a result, we judge everybody else that we meet after that by the same lens, by what this person did to us. I know somebody would come to me saying that my first relationship, this boy did this to me. And as a result, I'm not going to be in any relationships because I believe all boys are going to be doing this to me. Now, you've just taken one broad brush and, rubbed it across 50% of the entire population as the same that one person did to you. Sure, there are tons of bad apples. You'll have lots of bad experiences. But understanding that if you forgive this one person, you would then open up your life to a fantastic myriad of different kinds of experiences that you're now shut to. Learning to forgive is one of the most important things. And like everything else, It takes practice. There's that and fantastic Ho'oponopono podcast that I've done, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Right? The same thing applies. You're saying all these things. I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Trust me, if you do the work, you will reach a stage where the people that have wronged you the worst are the people that you write in your gratitude journal about. The people that you can't forgive now are the people that you're going to write in your gratitude journal about, because those are the people that made you who you are. Compassionate, trusting, secure, powerful, strong. These are the things that all the people that you cannot forgive now are going to turn you into. And you're going to feel grateful for them, for that one experience, so that you could become who you are now. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that what we should be? The person that really wronged me in my life, I write that person's name down in my gratitude journal almost every other week. That person comes in my mind and I say, thank you, because I'm on this path of this podcast, this path of this habit coaching, this path of everything that I'm doing because of you. And that is the power of forgiveness. So Priyutosh, understanding that forgiveness is something that is so important. Please practice it. Find your way, find your style. Anything that works for you is the correct way. Don't worry about the actions. Forgive the person and forgive the inner child of that person. And then understand that not everything that happened was about you. It just happened. You happened to be part of it. Allow it to pass. Forgive. Move on with your life. There are so many other fuller experiences that we have left. If you like this and you want to come on to the Habit Coach hot seat, there's a link below in the podcast. Send in a question, ask a question, and I'm going to do my best to answer it on the Habit Coach podcast. So see you next week on the hot seat. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME 180. That's Awesome 180.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla, we learn about the 7 golden rules of personal branding and how you can apply these in your daily life. Do check out this kickoff episode for Season 3. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam speaks to Sumit Rai, Managing Director and CEO at Edelweiss Tokyo Life Insurance. They discuss current trends in the insurance industry. In the world of Simplified, Chuck, Naren and Tony are celebrating Engineers Day. They share fun college anecdotes, talk about engineering education in India and its future. On Advertising is Dead, Varun talks to Vikas Gupta, Managing Director of Wiley, about how Wiley made the shift from traditional publishing to edutech. And on Echoes of India with Anirudh Kanisetti, tune in to discover why history forgot the Ajivikas and remembered the Mauryas. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. That is the most helpful thing that you could do to help us out. And finally, this week, we'd like to thank our sponsors on the network, Cred, Bank of Baroda, Quarter, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and Intel vPro. We really do appreciate the support. This is what makes it possible.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.